right behind me, I've got the 2026 GMC Canyon AT4. If you guys are new here, my name is Jason and I do reviews just like this here in Canada. And in today's video, I'll be covering the models available with the Canyons, the safety features you get with the AT4 model, the engine and towing specs, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. Also, thank you to MacMaster GMC here in Orangeville for letting me review this AT4. So let's start things off with the models available, and these are the ones that you can get with the Canyons, and here are the safety features that do come standard with the AT4 model. As for what powers the AT4, this does have a 2.7 liter turbo max engine, which makes 310 horsepower and 430 pound-foot of torque. Towing wise, when you are equipped properly, you're looking at about 7,700 pounds, and fuel economy with this is about 13.6 liters in the city and about 10.7 liters on the highway. All right, let's start things off in the front of the AT4 here, and I think these things just look very aggressive for some reason. So on the bumper here, you do have the black plastic trimming and some space right above the license plate area. You've also got the front LED fog lights. Now this particular gray area is plastic, but you do have the protection underneath. And then are these front red recovery hooks. And then also you'll notice you have like these cutouts on both of the sides of the bumper, and this is mainly for your approach angle, so it's easier if you are going off-roading. And then you get into this very cool looking grille area. I really like the designing of this because you do have a ton of this black chrome look going on, plus the massive red GMC letters, and it also says AT4 up here. And then you can't forget about your LED front lights. I am digging that LED bar that comes around, and then you do have your main lights in the center right there. All right, coming around to the side of the AT4, you've got the usual AT4 looks. There's no power sunroof or anything on this. This is pretty much a base model AT4. Even around your window trimming, it's all just the black plastic. There's no gloss black or anything. And then the door handles do come body color. Your side mirrors, the top half is gloss black, the bottom is just the black plastic. And also this one does not have the side mirror cameras. And on the side here, you do have the AT4 badging again. And even right on this area, you do have the reflector. Then you have your wheels. These look very unique because you got a ton of gloss black going on and then bits and pieces of aluminum. And these are your 18-inch wheels paired with these 33-inch tires. And if I do take a step back, you can see these definitely fit the AT4 here. The AT4 also has a 2-inch factory lift. All right, let's come around to the rear here because it's pretty unique. Over on the bumper area, not only do you have body color bumper, the rear safety sensors, the hitch there at the bottom, but you also have the built-in steps, which is going to be on both of the sides obviously. And then if you look way underneath, you do have your spare tire. Up by the license plate area, you do have all your towing outlets. And then moving into the tailgate, you have your red GMC Canyon right there, and then AT4. And on the tailgate handle here, you do have a physical key lock, a backup camera obviously, and then opening this up, this is a soft opening tailgate, which I like. And you even have designing on this, which is pretty cool. Now in here, there's no spray and bed liner or anything, which I highly suggest getting if you are getting a truck so you're not scratching up everything. Also, you do have like this measurement section, which if you are using this for, let's say, work or construction or something, you have this. Plus you do have storage in here. Let me go ahead and unlock these two little latches and show you what it looks like. All right, so once those are unlocked, you can clearly just open this and you have space in here that you can definitely utilize and put things and just hide them away. Now in the bed here, you just have your hooks in all of the corners, plus you do have a 120 volt outlet, and then the window at the back is manual opening, it's not power opening. All right, let's check out the interior on the AT4 and see what it has to offer. So you've got the blacks going on, the browns going on, which definitely pop out. Now down here, you do have some space. You've got a speaker right here, and then you do have soft touch material with the contrast stitching in brown, plus the brown area here with stitching as well. And then here you have soft touch with the uniquely designed stitching pattern as well. And yeah, this definitely looks nice because this brown isn't like too in your face. It's nice and subtle, I think. All right, let's check out the interior seats and what these look like. So you've got soft touch everywhere except the middle here. You do have the fabric trimming, but you have the brown piping, the stitching, and even this brown trimming right here. And the middle is very unique because not only is it just fabric trimming, but you do have the nice designing within the fabric and this nice brown strip that goes all the way to the bottom, which is pretty cool. Now with this one, there's no centerpiece, which typically folds down and reveals the rear cup holders. Now to lift up the seats here, there is a little latch. So let me go ahead and unlock it and show you what it looks like underneath. All right, once the seat is unlocked, you just lift it up, it locks into place, and then you have a good amount of storage space underneath that you can definitely definitely utilize, and obviously on the other seat as well. But yeah, you can definitely utilize the bottom here. All right, let me jump inside and show you the legroom and the headroom in this. Okay, entering inside, legroom wise, it's not all that bad. I'm sure this seat can be adjusted, so even if it comes back or moves forward, I'll still have a good amount of legroom. Now, in terms of the headroom in this, it's not all that bad because you do have this section that slopes in. I'm wearing a hat, and for reference, I'm 5'11", and headspace wise, I'm pretty good back here. Also, behind the driver and the passenger seat, I love how there's no plastic trimming. It's all soft touch. However, behind the driver's seat, there's no storage compartment here, but you do have one on the passenger side. Over on the rear console, you have your cup holders, obviously. You've got your rear venting, USB ports, and way down there, you do have an outlet. All right, let's head to the front and see if anything is different compared to the rear. There are two things, small things, that are different compared to the rear. Not only do you have the same space up here, but you have some space in the center right here as well. Plus, you have this beautiful black trimming with the black chrome trimming as well. And you're gonna notice this all throughout the dashboard. And other than that, you just have your typical window controls, side mirror controls, and that's about it. All right, heading inside in the front here, it's exactly like the rear seats. I really like the designing of this, the piping, the contrast stitching, and even this strip in the middle here. Plus up here, you do have the AT4 stitched into the seat, which adds a nice little touch. And the front seats are heated. And over on the side here, you do have your power seat adjustments. Underneath, just your pedals. Here is the hood latch release. Here is the trailer brake controller, the cluster dimmer. And then around the venting, you have a ton of gloss black here, plus the black chrome trimming, which adds a nice little touch. As for the steering wheel, this does come manual adjustable. All right, entering inside, your dashboard is in the hard material, plus you got a speaker here and on the other side. And then you just get into your fully digital cluster area. This is an 11-inch cluster area. And on here, you can view a ton of information about the vehicle, and all of that is controlled right through here. So if I just press this, it'll change the look and everything. Plus you do have a full map view, which is pretty neat. If I press it again, you have all sorts of different information. And then if I do it one more time, you also have a clean minimalistic look. So a ton of variations that you can have in front of you in terms of how you want to see your information. As for the steering wheel, you do have the soft touch and the contrast stitching. This does not come heated, and you do have the GMC here in red, the chrome, and then all the black chrome everywhere. Plus on the left side here, you have all your cruise control settings, follow distance, and then the other side, you do have your Bluetooth, music, cluster controls here, and then your phone controls. And then if you look behind the steering wheel, you do have your media controls on both of the sides. Plus back here also, you do have your wiper controls, high beams, and indicators. Moving over to the center armrest, you got soft touch, contrast stitching, and opening this up, you do have this tray that you can utilize or just pop out. And then you do have a good amount of space in here, plus a 12-volt outlet. Now over on the center console here, you got a bunch of stuff going on. You got your cup holders here, and even inside you have kind of like this camouflage designing, which is pretty neat. And then chrome trimming around this, a ton of gloss black here with your handy dandy shifter and the brown contrast stitching, electronic parking brake. Here's a rotary dial for all your different modes. Even on the side here, you have the contrast stitching. And then back here, this is not a wireless phone charger, so you can just put your phone there or just use it as a storage area, and then USB ports. Now up here, you have a few controls. This first one is to open all 4 windows. Here's the auto start stop, hazards, you got your lane keep, and then your aux control. And then you get into your touchscreen. This is an 11.3-inch touchscreen. And on here, obviously you can view a ton of different information, but even down here, you have your heating and cooling physical controls, including the knobs on both the sides. And on the touchscreen here, you have the first page and then the second page full of information. So on the first page here, under vehicle status, once this does load up, you do have your vehicle that shows up under overview. So you have all these different plus symbols. Whatever you click will tell you that particular information about your truck. And then you have your tires and brakes. So all this information. Under fluids and filters, you have this as well. Then you got the engine information, and you have 3 pages here, plus the trip information. So heading back here, you've also got the My GMC, Google Assistant, Play Store, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and even the cameras here. Now this doesn't have the full 360 setup here, but you do have the rear backup camera here. And then as for the hitch, you can zoom in and zoom out, which is pretty good. And then exiting out of this, you also have the trailering section. So on here, you can add a new trailer, use a guest trailer, accessories, and whatnot. Heading back, there's also the settings section. So on here, you have all sorts of different information that you can view and customize to your liking. And then heading back again, you have the climate, which you can use on the touchscreen or the physical control. So I like that you have 2 different options. Heading back and then going over to the second page, you have your Wi-Fi hotspot. Under off-road here, once this loads up, you have the Baja section. So that's what that looks like. Here is the terrain section, and then you have the overlanding section. Now heading back again, you have the audio section for your AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, USB, and news. And then you have your maps. Again, this is what it looks like. Heading back, you got your phone section, and under controls, something you probably noticed that there's no physical controls for your exterior lighting. Well, it's all done through here, plus you have more of the different options here. If I go under see more, under lights, here are the fog lights, and then you also have the headlights as well. And then let's head back again, one last time. There's also the air down mode. So if you are using this for off-roading, you can actually deflate each of your tires, which is pretty neat. Heading back, and lastly, you just got the news section. Moving up, just your mirror obviously, and then moving further up here, you have your interior light controls and then your SOS and OnStar. And here's a key fob for the AT4. It's your usual GMC key. All right, let's come around to the passenger side and let me show you what you get on this side here. So you have the beautiful brown here, obviously, the gloss black, the black chrome, and then the nice AT4 badging, plus the black trimming that you saw on the front doors. And then you just have your usual glove compartment space. And here is the window sticker for this AT4. The pricing you see is in Canadian dollars. Well, that does it for the review on this 2026 GMC Canyon AT4. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this?